Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome back to the channel. Well, I've got two new Rosecrafts for you. Same knife, different covers, but completely different, which is really nice. So, what is it? Well, it is this one. This is the first one I'll show you. Well, I'm going to show you both, but I'm just going to read this one. It's the Piney River Peanut. This one's in the blue bone, and the other one is in Stag. And they are available now on Piney Hanes. Please go over to Piney Hanes and get one of these quickly, whichever one you want. One is, I think it's 56 and the other is 76. Now, I was just having a quick look at its competition. And its competition over here in the UK, the cheapest sort of peanut that I can buy case-wise, because that's what I'm going to compare it to, because they're both good knives. Case make a lovely peanut. Two-bladed. I don't think I've ever seen a single-bladed one, but maybe I'm sure they must do one, but I've not seen one. These are single-bladed peanuts, which makes them stand out from the crowd completely. Yeah, the prices were, I think about 64 was the cheapest case that I found out there. Now, I'm not saying that's the definitive number. That's what I could find on Piney Hanes as we speak. But they go up to 80 odd for, these are not, I'll just leave it at that. These peanuts from Rosecraft are 52 quid, 53 quid. And they are an absolute case peanut killer. Absolutely. Unless Case are your brand and you want to stick with them, absolutely fine. We all have a choice. But as far as a knife goes, they leave it in the dust. It's that clear and simple to me. Now, I have carried this one for 4 days now. I have done all my EDC tasks with it, even cutting small tomatoes up, and it does it perfectly. So here's what you're going to get. There you go. This is my Case peanut, which I love. I think Case make a really good job, and this is the two-bladed. They make a really great job, there we go, of doing very small knives well. I mean, the fit and finish on this is absolutely excellent. Really, really beautifully done. The bone is absolutely gorgeous. The little shield on there as well. Everything. It's just a fantastic little knife, and I love it. There's the little blade. There's not much pressure on these. There's not. They're not. The walk and talk is maybe not the best, but let me tell you, that's all right. The lovely closure on it, just not very snappy at the open, which is fine. It doesn't matter. It's a little small knife. It's going to usually do little small tasks. And when I sneak right up on the ricasso, I can get 3 fingers on it. Absolutely, 3 fingers. Comfortable little knife to carry. Small, thin blade, and your little pen blade there. So look, for years this has been the leader in my eyes of peanuts. They just make the nicest peanut out there. So we'll maybe come back to that again. This is the 2 new Rosecrafts. One is in Stag, and it is beautiful Stag. Look how gorgeous that is. I believe it's, I'm not sure whether it's red Stag or whatever, but look at that. Look at the contours in that. That is just beautiful. Look at the fit and finish on this. Now, please tell me if you can find a fault with this as I go around it, please write it down in the comments, because I can't find one. Look at the blade centering. Look at the Stag, the way it's done. It's thin enough that it's thicker, than the bone models, but not too thick. It's a small knife. It doesn't need it. Look at the blade. And everywhere about it, highly polished, inside and out. Nice stronger pull. Opens up a bit stronger. Not a whole lot. And again, it doesn't really matter. But look at that polish inside it. Absolutely stupendous. Look, never mind the feel of the transitions. Look at the side. No gaps whatsoever. No gaps at all. So fit and finish in this is just spectacular. Look at that. It's just beautiful. And then the blade. Lovely blade. And I'm going to put the peanut up beside So you can see now this is a little bit bigger. I'll give you measurements in a minute. It's a little bit bigger, but there you go. That is a significant, if you take size into consideration, that is a significant depth on the peanut. It doesn't swoop down to this low bit here, which I'm not keen on. But again, you have to keep remembering that this really is just a little fifth pocket knife or a secondary knife that you're going to bring out when you don't need a big knife to do a little cut or a slice or cut a bit of paper or whatever. But there is a big difference, and there's a big difference of the feeling of it when you're going through material. What are the blades? It's a thicker blade, but it has a beautiful grind on it, and you've got a longer transition from here to here than you do on this. Makes this a great little slicer. Great little slicer. And to me, it looks as if the blade fits the handle. Does that make sense? It just looks like it fits the handle. So I'll give you a measure. This is the Stag, and then this is the blue. Now, this blue bone will not be made again. Now, it was called old-fashioned blue bone, dyed blue bone. You can see where this has got the more depth of blue round the edges and the tops, and it's the center part that is light. Now, whether that takes much more to do, there's a special way of doing it, I don't know. But let me tell you, it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. This little blade is perfect. Just perfect. And honestly, for 4 days, I have used this for all my EDC tasks. And again, just that snap is just fantastic. Super little blade. I have had no problems using it. I'm going to have to put it out of my pocket today because I want to carry something else, but I've enjoyed this so much. I remember years ago we done tests on, I think it was the peanut, and you had to carry it for a week. And you want to know, didn't do all the jobs I wanted, but my God, it was amazing how many I did or was able to do with this knife. It was fantastic. It's a super, super little knife. So this even more, I have had this in my pocket, and an even smaller knife in my fifth pocket, a little Spyderco Ladybug, because I thought I'll put that there because at least I've got, you know, and it's in ZDP 189, ZDP, as you would say in America, 189, which is a really strong. And I thought, well, if I really need something, then I forget, this is D2. This, I haven't put an edge to it. I haven't stropped it. I haven't done anything to it. This is the thinnest paper I can get. And you can maybe, the top half of it's getting a wee, it's not actually. I was going to say it's getting a wee bit dull, but it is definitely not. Listen to that. That is just like silk. Absolutely beautiful. It's a wee bit bent at the bottom there, you can see. But I mean, absolutely like silk through paper after 4 days of use. Just, Andy, this is utterly fantastic in my eyes. Utterly fantastic. Let me give you a measurement on them. They are, let me just get this, let me get this right here. There we go. Right, so this is about 3 inches, dead on, 3 inches. And I think these are the case peanuts about 2 7/8, I think. Yeah, about 2 7/8. It doesn't seem like much, but when you put them side by side, this little Rosecraft, look at that. It just looks so much more substantial, doesn't it? Or is it? It's not just me, because it does, and it is. It's got better depth on it. It's a little bit longer. And I love the end. Here's the different bit about it. Where the case peanut is rounded, this is flattened over. It's more turned here. And you can see the way they've took the time and done a completely different bolster. You've got that going across at a slant. It's completely flat. Look how flat that is in the bottom. So have you ever wanted to tamp anything down? Beautiful. Pipe smoker. Anything that beautiful little. I just think it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And again, I'm not running case down, but I do believe if you've got 50, whatever this is, 52 quid or something, and the case peanut, and the cheapest one I could get, now not in this nice bone, cheapest I could get over here in the UK was £64 against 52. I mean, with D2 steel, and this is just their stainless steel, case of stainless steel, which nobody really knows what it is, but supposed to be something like 12C27. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. I'll settle with that because I have never had any problem with it. Again, it's for small tasks, but with this D2, it elevates it. Where this stood out above this was cutting cardboard, like small cardboard boxes. I don't mean I picked the box with a hoover in it. I mean, to be quite honest with you, it would do it, and it feels more substantial. The thickness wise, let me just see. It's got, definitely the liners are, I would say, definitely thicker than the brass, which gives it, there you are, you can see the difference, which gives it that feel of solidity, that feel that you can really do a bit of work with it. I mean, there's absolutely no wobble or movement in it. It just feels like a sturdy little knife. And I was going to say, can I recommend it? By gosh, yes. So whether you want the blue or the giraffe, I'll put the peanut up there because I love the peanut. It's a great wee knife, and I've always had a peanut, no matter what they are. But I just think, look at that. What two lovely knives. I would buy both of them. If you like peanuts, buy both because they're both beautiful. Beautiful little knife. That Stag is absolutely amazing on that. But this blue bone, antique blue bone, I think that's what they called it. It is stunning, and it will not be on any other knife again. This is it, a one and done on this little peanut. So go out and get it now on Piney. They're both available now. Do not leave it, because at this price, compared to a peanut, make this your first peanut. Skip it. There's nothing wrong with it. But with D2 and the solidity of this, with the thicker scales, it makes a small penknife much more, it feels secure in your hand. And when I'm cutting, I don't feel as if I'm taking on too much. I'm sure that makes sense. I don't feel anything that I cut, that I would cut with my normal EDC knife, I cut with this without even thinking about it. Without even, all my cardboard boxes, Amazon boxes, I get them all the time. We live off Amazon, me and the wife. And this was just perfect for doing them. I say I didn't have a big giant TV box. It was just normal size packaging. And this just coped admirably. I didn't need to reach for a bigger knife. And that's all I've carried for 4 days is this knife and the ladybug. And I felt completely adequate. I never felt short. Now, I know there's people out there that have a bit harder life and their knives get a lot more use than me. That's super. I mean, I still like them knives. And once this goes today, I'll be back to a big Barlow or something. But I honestly believe it just puts that in the insignificance. There's that much of a gulf between this and this. You have to try. Well, you don't have to. I know people, these are made in China, an American company made in China. But if China is the only thing that puts you off, well, you're always going to be off, aren't you? You're not going to like that. And that's absolutely fine. I don't care where I buy knives from all around the world. So I don't particularly care where they're from. But this, to be honest with you, this is one of the best Rosecraft blades, a peanut, that they've produced, and they have produced some crackers. But I mean, especially the Stag is beautiful. Really, really like the Stag, and it's a clear white Stag with this beautiful, and it's just, there's peanuts in the Stag, but an absolutely gorgeous knife. And I'll take that away now. It's done its time. And now, I'll never get rid of that from my collection because I love it. I think it's a great example of what case do well. But these two, especially this one, I am taking, blue's my colour anyway. That was always going to be it. But this antique blue will never be out again. And honestly, it's worth getting just even for the bone. It's just gorgeous. All their Stag is good. But for bone, this is just unbelievable. And I know it's a small knife, but it takes exactly the same amount of work as a larger knife. It just does. And don't forget, case still do have a few bits that's done by hand. So there you go. All right, look, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this. And if you go over to Piney today and you order yourself one, or in the States, if you're Slip Joint Sawyer has a code that you can get 10% off. Now, I'm not sure if it works on Piney or not. I know mine doesn't have it on it, which I'm going to have to say about. But go over to Slip Joint Sawyer, watch his video. He's got a 10% off, which I believe works in Piney Haynes. Go and check it out. But it also works in America, and you'll get 10% off. Just pop over to his channel and see it. And it's probably down in the description in his channel. But go over there. I know I watched his video, and he has that 10% voucher. So there you go. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I'm away. Have a great Saturday. Bye now.